Hello, everybody. It's me. I literally just got home from therapy, so I thought to myself, what is the smartest thing to do right after a very intense session of digging through my painful past? And I thought to myself, well, it is time to record a YouTube video, so that is what I'm doing right now. So, my therapist is a bit far away from where I live, so naturally I have to take public transports to get there. And I saw quite a few specimens in there, as I usually do when I take public transports. And I thought to myself that it would be fun to maybe tell you about a few specimens, I like to call them, interesting people that I've had the displeasure to interact with on public transportation. The first one that pops up to mind is one day I was just chilling and entering a tramway to go to my art school. And as I enter, there is this old lady that just starts screaming at me, "Oh no, don't you sit next to me and fall on top of me!" And I was like, me? Like, what the fuck did I do? I just stepped in there. And she kept repeating that very loudly, so I sat at the other end of the bus and she kept like pointing at me and repeating that at me. There was barely anyone in the tramway at that time, and it was very clearly targeted at me. And I never understood what the hell she meant by that. And so I remember I was so bothered by it, that I left the tramway to take another one. And I assumed that she did the same thing later down the line, because as I entered another tramway that went the exact same place, she ended up coming in that one right after. And I don't quite understand why she did the same thing as me, but afterwards. So I was stuck again in the tramway with her. So that was an experience. The other one that I will never forget about is I was taking a bus that, for context, goes from the ass crack of the countryside to a big city. It travels for like over an hour. It's like probably 2 hours, but for me, since I come in like at the halfway point, I probably stay in there for like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on where it stops and doesn't stop. And so I sit in that bus, and it's just regular seats that are like aligned. It's a regular bus. There's no special arrangement where you're like facing anyone else. So someone sits in the seat in front of me. So they're facing the same way as I am. And they keep turning around their seat to stare at me very intensely. It was a man. It was a man in his 50s, I'd like to say. And he kept like turning around and staring at me for extended period of time. And he kept like peeking back, and it was really fucking weird. So I am very uncomfortable, but I thought it would just stop there. And like probably 40 minutes in, he finally gets off the bus. I was going all the way to the end of the travel, but he stopped earlier than me. And so the bus is stopped, he gets out. And like I was seated like near the end of the bus. I was seated next to the window. And I remember I have this intrusive thought all of a sudden that's like, what if I look out the window and he's just standing there outside right next to it? And I'm like, haha, what a stupid thought. And then I turn around to look at the window, and he's there staring at me through the window. Just standing there, just staring intensely at me. I did not know this man. I did not know this man at all. He never tried to like talk to me. He would just intensely stare at me. That's about it for the stories I have for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the drawing in the background. And if you did, smash subscribe to become an alpha male. There you go. Goodbye.